You have a new student, period 7, name's Lawson, Richard Lawson. He's a transfer from Milford. You have the room, unfortunately. He can take Billy Stern's seat.
Mr. Simmons, Billy Stearns was murdered. I saw it. That car ran him off the road.
No one there saw any other car but yours. Just yours. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, guys, let's sit down. Chip, take a seat.
What's that, an order?
No, it's a suggestion. You can take a seat. You can go talk to Coach about it.
Okay. Let's sit down.
Heather, I haven't forgotten that report you owe me.
Yeah, all right.
Are you Richard Lawson?
Live and in person, Mr. Norman. Just came up from Milford. Real glad to be here, sir.
One thing you have to know in my class, no cigarettes.
No problem, Mr. Norman. Wouldn't want to do anything to upset you, sir.
Take a seat.
I can't wait for you to start teaching me, Mr. Norman. I hunger for knowledge.
I know we're all pretty upset about Billy Stern's death. So, if any of you have anything you want to talk about or say, now's the time to do it. Mr. Lawson.
Why do you keep staring at me, Mr. Norman?
I wasn't staring at you, Mr. Lawson.
Oh, yes, you were, Mr. Norman. You were looking right at me.
I was not staring at you.
Well, maybe you were unaware of it, sir, but my old man used to...
All right, look. That's enough. You want to talk about this more? We'll go down to the principal's office, okay?
What's going on, ladies and gents in Cyberland? Coming back to you with another film review. And this time we're moving on to a horror film, kind of a horror mystery film. Something from Stephen King, actually. I don't think he directed it, though, but yeah. Sometimes they come back. So I originally had saw this film. It was one day I was home from school. I don't remember what the reason was. I might have been sick or it was a day off. And the film came on HBO. And it was kind of like... I just watched it. I didn't really have anything to do or feel like doing at the time, and I just sat down and watched it, and it was cool. It was a very subtle type of movie. it follows a character who he grew up in a town, and we kind of hear him voicing over the film at first. And he had left town because of a terrible situation that happened to him. And then now he's coming back to this town, but he's now grown up with a family and such. And at first, we don't know what that is. And then very quickly, we're shown what it is. And he is now a teacher at a high school. And he's just trying to take care of his wife and kid. And then all of a sudden, some very supernatural things start to happen. One of his students gets killed, and then all of a sudden, another student shows up in his place, but the guy looks like a greaser from like the 1950s. And we kind of see him current, but we also see a flashback of him exactly looking the same from when the main character was a kid. And you can already tell that this person has got to be a ghost or something, because he hasn't aged. So already when I was watching, I was like, okay, so this guy is probably a demon or some type of monster or something. And then we keep watching the film. A little by little, the main character's becoming a little bit unhinged because of trauma that I guess he's never made fully come to terms with. And another character, another student gets killed, and then another one of the greasers of that guy shows up. And it's the same thing. It's like, hasn't aged, looks exactly the same as the other guy. And then, it just, things are escalating little by little with the main character and the environment that he's in. At a certain point, one of the students who he was having a difficult time with because he was a jock and he wasn't doing his studies, the student comes to him and tells him that these guys know who you are and they're here to get revenge on you for what you did and all these things. And that's when the main character realizes that he has to do something now, because whatever these guys are, they're going to try to kill him. And they're probably going to try to hurt him and not only kill him, but hurt his wife and kid. And he starts digging more and more. And we finally get the full story of what happened in the past and why these things came back and how they were able to come back and what they're trying to do and how do we stop them and all that kind of thing. My rating for the film, I probably would have given it lower, but I look back on it and I think it's an okay horror film. It's not the best thing I've seen, but it's not terrible. I give it a 7 out of 10, yes sirs. It wasn't. I think the problem with the film is it was the mystery behind it was cool, but I think the ending kind of was a little bit of a letdown in regards to stopping the evil. I felt that could have maybe been played out a little better. And it took a little while to start moving the story, but I wouldn't give it a low score because it was still entertaining. It just kind of took a little time to rev up the locomotive to start going to the goal of what the film happened to be. But otherwise, it was entertaining. Is it something I would say I would watch on a regular basis? No, but every so often, if I feel like watching a horror film, I could check it out. It still had its moments. It wasn't horrible. It just wasn't the greatest. I would say if you've never seen it, watch it. You might find something that you might enjoy. But at the same time, if you're looking for something a lot more scary or in your face, you probably want to look elsewhere. I would just say it's kind of a film where I would watch it during the month of October where it's fall and the leaves have fallen and you can have some warm cocoa or something and sit near a fireplace and kind of watch it. It just gives that vibe. That's what the vibe I got from it. So with that being said, I will catch you guys on the next one. Take care.